Cover!
What's up, guys? It's your boy GameGod here with gamegod.ent, also known as Shinobi XS. And the first thing I want to do is give a shout out to my boy Rock Howard in the background, who I wish would have made it into the game. Anyways, today I'm going to be getting to a breakdown of Terry Bogard. We're going to be breaking down his basic moves, special moves, unique moves, aerial combat, anti-air options, ledge guarding, hit confirms, and then we're going to get into some live footage where I actually put it all together to show you guys how smoothly this works and how powerful of a character this actually is.
Okay!
Alright, so starting out, let's go ahead and look at some of the basic moves here. So we got his neutral B, which is the power wave. We got the burning knuckle, which is his side B. We got the up B, which is the rising tackle. And then we have his down B, which is a power dunk. And then we have the triple wolf, which we won't get into because nobody actually uses the final smash. But it is a really dope final smash, and I will show that at the end as well. He also has the abilities to input these moves manually, thus strengthening them. Really awesome, and gonna really help when it comes to those combo potentials. So we got the burning knuckle here, the crack shoot, and the rising tackle, along with the power dunk. You're gonna really want to learn how to do these. It's gonna be really beneficial for you guys, trust me. Alright, and then we have this super special move here, which when that go shows up, it pretty much gives you the go to destroy your opponent. Super pun intended. This is a very powerful moveset that is given to you once you achieve this. It gives you access to the power geyser and the buster wolf, and my god, are these going to come in handy, and I'll show you guys why here in a bit. So let's go ahead and get into it, showing the moves off. Alright, so getting straight into some of the basic moves, we have his A, which is a series of jabs. To complete it, it's A 3 times. Right, and let's go ahead and jump into the tilts. We got the forward tilt, back tilt, up tilt, and these down tilts, which are fairly quick kicks similar to Ryu and Ken. So on the topic of just basic in general, we also have these very quick dashes here, and these are really quick, really good, similar to Ryu and Ken as well. And he also has the ability to auto turn when it's a 1v1, similar to Ryu and Ken as well. So as you can see, he just auto turns. You don't really have to do much. So I can just jump over him and just get straight into that without having to actually turn the other direction. So with that, the basic moves, like I said, the jabs, you can see that completed here. Sends the opponent flying a nice little distance there, so really good. And then you have the down tilts, which actually lift the opponent off the ground over time with higher percentages, which is going to really come in handy as we get into some other stuff here later. The up tilt, fairly good, sends the opponent a nice little distance in the sky. And then you got, of course, the forward tilt here. Sends them a nice distance as well. Alright, so with those basic moves covered, let's go ahead and get into some of these special moves. Alright, so starting out with the special moves, let's go ahead and start out with everybody's favorite, the neutral B. Right, and then we have the back B, and then we also have the very popular down B, and then for his recovery options, just the quick one is going to be his up B. Right, so those are the special moves that Terry has. You can also input these manually, which obviously make them more powerful. So then we have the down forward into a special move. Also have the down back into a special move, or button really. Sorry, the down back B, for example. Alright, and then we also have the down into an up A or B, which can also be performed in the air. Yep, no, that's pretty much it. So those are all the special moves. You got a side B. Just remember you can also type those in manually, which give it a lot more power. And in some cases, it travels. The distance traveled is a lot greater, so keep that in mind as well. So those are the special moves, and again, if you want to see those are listed here. Got the burning knuckle, the crack shoot, rising tackle, and power dunk. Those inputs are right there. They come in handy. Also keep in mind he travels a little bit further when you type in these directions, and not only does it give you more damage, but he travels a greater distance. This is very important when we get into the recovery options. Alright, so now that we've covered the basic moves, special moves, let's go ahead and move into some of his unique moves. Alright, So Terry has this unique ability when he gets this go popping up over here in the corner. It basically gives you the go to destroy your opponent. Like, you get into some serious stuff right here. It is a major game changer. This is something very unique to him. This is something that Ryu and Ken do not possess. And to see these moves here, once you hit this around 100%, not even around, you get this at exactly 100% and higher. He gets that go meter. And I just want to start by saying, like, once he gets his meter, it doesn't go away until you die, which is freaking awesome. You can basically use this unlimited until you die. And I've literally taken a person's entire second stock whilst remaining on high percentages such as this with that go meter. So to see these moves, you have the down forward, A or B. And then you have the power geyser, which is down back, down forward, A or B as well. So another thing to note with the power geyser is you can actually change direction. So if you expect your opponent to air dodge behind you, you can actually change the direction by holding back in the button as well. Such as that right there. Alright, so now that we covered his unique moves, let's go ahead and get into some of his aerial combat options.
Rising tackle!
Alright, so Terry's aerial options. You have the neutral A, which is sort of like this little chop here. It looks insignificant, but it is very effective, and we'll show you how, why here in a second. You also have his up A, which is sort of like a flip kick. It does have some kill potential depending on the character and the percentages as well. But it also has combo potential, and I'll show you guys what I mean with that as well. The same for the neutral A. He also has a back air, which is very powerful, similar to Ryu and Ken's back air, or the back air on most characters in general. It is a kill move. It also works great for stage spikes as well. Not stage spikes, but basically you back air the opponent into the stage and they don't tech it. It leads to their death. And then you have the forward A, which is sort of like this little kick. It got some good pushback on it, but not a lot of options afterwards. And then you have the down A, which is a spike move, and it might have a little bit combo potential here as well when landed properly. But if you spike the opponent even on stage, they get sent in a downwards and upwards position. You don't really get too much options, and when they're at high percentages, it'll just kind of send them flying. Sometimes in a weird off-stage direction. It's weird, but it works in your favor. Alright, so to show you guys what I mean here, let's go ahead and try out some of the aerial combos we're talking about here. So I'm just going to grab the opponent, throw him up, and we're just going to do a neutral A. Alright, so now from that, you're thinking like, wow, that was nothing. But you can actually do any special move after landing that initial punch. So it looks something like this. And now keep in mind that at higher percentages in DI, some of these will not land, but at low percentages, they're pretty safe. Just like there, right there. So in that case, I came in with the neutral and then I up-B'd, but due to the damage, he actually drifted away. So after a certain percentage, like I said, it's just not confirmed anymore. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill him and let's get into the next tilt in the air. So that was the neutral A options. Fairly good. And just to go over those real quick again. Neutral A into a down B. Neutral A into a side B. And then you can neutral A into an up B. The same will apply to the back B as well. Obviously at the lower percentage. Alright. So now we're going to move into his up A, which covers a nice bit of range in the air there. As you can see, it's much wider than the neutral A, which is kind of just like right in front of him. This will kind of catch it in a swooping motion. So I can actually do this very low to the ground as well to kind of show you guys, but the same concept applies. You can pretty much do any special move after this, after it lands. Because like if you miss, he does not transition into it quickly. So here's what it looks like when you miss. He actually hit the ground. But the moment I touch him, I'm able to go straight into that special move, as you can see. Now I'm not sure if this one confirms. So we'll have to reset them. Because remember, these tilts tend to not work as well after you get on the higher percentages. So there you go. That's confirmed at a low percent. So there's the next confirmed with the back B. It looks like this one doesn't work after certain percentages, so be mindful of that. As you can see, he already instantly missed. So this probably only works for that good initial restock of your opponent. Alright, so now that we covered your options with this move, I'm sorry, we can also do the down B as well. He kind of fell out of that one, so you might want to be mindful of that. There you go. And you can probably also do an up B after that. But I know for a fact that that one only works at certain low percentages, which is my favorite go-to. But obviously this does less damage, because that did about 27. That did about 32. And did about 36. And this is with throws. Assuming that you're going to be able to actually catch your opponent. But just to kind of show you that you can catch them out of the air with these moves. So that's on their way coming down. Or say you did throw them up and you do want to catch them. So those are some of your options there. Just wanted to show you guys that you can confirm with that, the neutral A and the up A, such as that. And then one thing to note is his forward A in the air, there's not too much potential after that. As you can see, he kind of just hits the ground. I can't immediately do a special move. It has some really good pushback, however. So it might leave the opponent in a position to set you up for the next move, but you can't combo out of it. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And of course the back air, which we all know is going to be a kill option. Alright, so now that we covered the aerial combat, let's go ahead and get into some anti-air options. So for Terry, his good anti-air options, in my opinion, are going to be his back B. Travels a little bit further if you type it in manually. And the other anti-air option is going to be his up tilt. And then one thing to note about his up tilt is you can also do a special move immediately after landing an up tilt. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, because originally we're thinking there's not too much you can do after up tilting your opponent when they're trying to jump over you. But once you keep in mind that you can up tilt into a special move, it kind of raises that potential and makes the opponent think twice before just kind of running at you. So that's a very good anti-air option. Another good anti-air option is his down B. As he travels upwards, it does knock the opponent up with you, or say if they're already over your head, you could potentially knock them out of whatever they're doing. Now, it won't actually like do damage unless you catch them, but as you can see, I kind of like catch them there, and then it knocks them down. So it's not the best anti-air option, the down B, but it is an option as well. Not as effective as like an up tilt. And then, like I said, the best one is just going to be his back B. Alright, so those are going to be the anti-air options. And also his up A. Very good, since it's a wide range move. It's a very good anti-air, and you can combo immediately afterwards, so you can keep that one in mind. Alright, so now let's get into some ledge guard options. Terry has some great ledge guard options. We got the neutral B. We also have the down tilts, so they're going to be the most effective ones. Terry also has his back airs, which will stop an opponent from getting back on the stage as well. The ledge guard potential increases when Terry has his go. So for example, the power geyser is the ultimate anti-air. Another quick thing to note, in this situation you would want a power geyser in the opposite direction, considering that the opponent might have DI'd. But if the opponent is under stage, it's pretty much safe to go for it. So you have his jabs here, that nice pushback, but what you can do is jab twice into any special move. So these are all confirmed, similar to like true Shoryukens with Ryu. So jab twice into a special move. And this is my favorite kill option, is the neutral 2 jabs into a side B. Kills around 100, sometimes a little bit lower, but it's definitely confirmed. Again, the 2 jabs into any special move, always confirmed. You'll see a lot of these right here. That's about 25%. The 2 jabs into the side B is punishable if the opponent blocks. So most people opt in for the down B as it travels and sometimes goes past the shield. You can also 2 jabs into the back B, which if you see the opponent shielding ahead of time, that's the one that I would opt for, just to kind of go through and past the shield. You can double jab into the up B as well. About 24% there with the manual inputs I was holding down as I was doing the jabs. He also has his tilts. The down tilts is the best confirmed, simply because, as you can see, the opponent begins to pop up off the ground. Now when your opponent is off the ground, they cannot shield, and that's important to note. I'm going to show you that at this point, when you do 2 low jabs, or I'm sorry, 2 low tilts into a side B, that one is confirmed. Your opponent at this point cannot block it, or they cannot shield it rather. So they're probably just mashing for the life at that point. But once your opponent is off the ground, you do that forward or the side B. It's basically a good kill confirm and a good hit confirm. There you go. All right. So those are the best hit confirms. Is double jabs into any special move. The most noticeable one being double jab into the down B. Your tilts into the side B. This also works well with the go meter as well, so you can also confirm into your supers. And just to get that one better on the screen. Now that one has a bit of a delay. As you see, he stood still for a while, so that one may not be the safest option. Similar, but the down forward B or A is probably the best option, as he does it immediately through those jabs. Alright, so it does confirm with the down tilts. It's going to take a little bit of practice, but you know, once you get the percentage up high enough and they're off the ground, you can confirm into these as well. It's just a little bit harder to confirm that one due to the fact that you also have to press down to initiate the move, which is down forward. So as you have to hold down to actually tilt. Unless you're using the C-sticks. So using the C-sticks is probably the best option to confirm that. So that way you're already committed to the tilts, and then you can basically use the analog or the arrows to initiate the rest of it. Alright, so now that we got into those hit confirms, I'm going to give you guys another quick overview of those hit confirms. So double jabs to special moves, have your up A into special moves, low tilts into special moves. And don't quote me on these guys, but this one seems to confirm very well, as you can see here. Landed pretty consistently. Alright, so now that I've covered pretty much everything from basic moves, tilt, special moves, unique moves, aerial combat, anti-air options, ledge guard, hit confirms, let's get into some live footage where I put this all together for you guys. And again, I appreciate your time checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed the next segment, and please like and subscribe if you've been enjoying this video so far. Thanks, guys.
Power wave! Are you okay? Power wave! Power down! Power wave! Are you okay?